APLD was up 10% last week. It's up 10% over the month and up a whopping 145% in the last 3 months. So this AI tech stock is trending upwards. It's looking bullish, and there is a potential entry for a medium-term trade with an upside of around about 178%. So in this video, I'm going to offer a price analysis of APLD and some future trading opportunities. Let's take a look. I'd like to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/DavidB for the 5 best stocks to buy now. Use my special link to get $200 off their epic annual subscription. Now, if you find value in my analysis of Applied Digital today or other stocks on my channel, you may also find value in my email newsletter. If you subscribe, I'll send you professional trading tips to help you make more profits trading stocks. Link down below. Check it out. So, on the monthly chart for Applied Digital, looking at the big picture for this emerging tech stock, we can see that price surged up significantly from that 4 cents low back in October 2020. Added massive value there up until this significant price peak around $35, which was created in October 2021. Now, since that big peak at $35, APLD was sold off and it found support at this level here around about 83 cents. Now, since this price trough, it does look as if APLD has found support, and since July 22 it has been now trending upwards, steadily moving up, creating higher highs and higher lows. And you can see, based on the monthly price action, I've added in a long-term trend line, including this price trough down here, and also running close to this trough here, this one here, and the most recent one created in April 2025. So you can see, as APLD has been moving up, it has been creating these higher bases as it's moving up steadily, just confirming that it is in a positive uptrend. It's also worth noting that the volume on this stock has improved tremendously in the last 12 months, just giving you more confidence about investing and potentially trading this stock. You can see since around about August 2024, we are seeing much bigger volume coming through this stock. So that's a good sign as well. Now, coming down to the weekly chart for Applied Digital, we can see that long-term trend in place. And we can see the chart making consecutive higher highs and higher lows. It did move up here towards this area of around about $12 in June 2023, so about 2 years ago. Now, since it hit that level of resistance, APLD was sold off. It moved down and created a lower low there at about $3.50. There was a counter trend back up to around $8.58 before it was sold off again and moved down to find support at around about $2.36. Since then, it has been bought up, moved back up to around about $7.20. It got sold off again. You can see it has been moving up, and when it reaches these new levels, there is a move back down. It does look as if it's finding these higher bases as it gets sold off, just showing that overall the buyers are in control, and it does look as if it's trending upwards overall. Now, since September 2024, so about 10 months ago now, price for APLD did move up. It had one go at sort of breaking this level here around $11.80, got rejected, came back and found support around about $5.80, had another go, pushed up a bit higher. It did break through temporarily around this level of $12.30 before closing underneath. Before it got sold off again, it fell through $5.80, $5.89 before it found support at this most recent price trough, which was created in April this year, so a few months ago, and that was at this key price level of $3.26. Since that time, it has found support towards that trend line, and now APLD is looking bullish. It has moved up in consecutive weeks to create this new peak around about $15.44 before. The week after, it did fall back down, and now it's looking as if it's finding support around about $9, and it may now be ready to move up once again and challenge this level here, or potentially this level of 12.27 here. So if price can get above these two levels here, potentially this peak here would be the safest entry. You could then consider trading this stock or holding this stock over the medium term towards this target of $35. And you can see on screen on the weekly chart, I've marked up $35 as a potential target. That corresponds to the price peak for Applied Digital, created back in October 2021. There's also a level under that, which is worth marking up as well. It's about $27. You can see when it got sold off, found support, there was a counter trend back up to $27. So that might offer some resistance in the future. Now, after the stock was heavily sold off between March 22 and this trough down here in July 22. So I'm going to mark that level up there. Significant trough down here, about 84 cents. And you can also see that during the reversal, when APLD moved back up, it did find resistance, and there is some support around about this level here of 295. You can see that marker there, support here, and also support here. And underneath that level, you can also mark up support around about 144, corresponding to these levels down here. So let's mark those two up as well. And of course, I want to mark up that one too, 235. You can see their price did find support there and move up. So we've got a few levels now on the chart to look at. We can see that at the moment, most recently, Applied Digital did find support here at 330. I need to mark that one up as well. It is around about where I marked that trend line based on this trough here and this turning point here. So these two to sort of guide that trend line. This price action here is a little bit away from the trend line, and this is obviously a long way away. But overall, you can see the momentum is moving up gradually. Now, more recently, after this trough here, around about 332, Applied Digital is now moving up, and it's gone through this level here about 1230. It did close high, bullish. It did look as if it was going to move higher, only for the sellers to come in next week and actually sell the stock off. It has been falling for the sort of these 5 weeks here, and it did look as if it found support, short-term support at $9. So I want to put a marker in there as well. And if I zoom in on the chart, you can see right now, since that significant trough, there has been a big surge with APLD. Stock has moved up from that low. It's moved up about 366%. So a really big move. Now, if you bought down there, congratulations. I'm sure you made some great profit there. But difficult to pick that move all the way up. Now, at the moment, it does look as if it has pulled back into this level here of $9 and found temporary support. And it's looking as if it's trying to find a way past this level here of 1242. Now, zooming back out on the weekly chart, I just want to use my trend arrow just to illustrate how this stock moves. Got that long-term trend line in place, just highlighting, illustrating the sort of overall long-term trend, which is up. But we can see that price does move up and down away and towards the trend line. So big peak here towards 1220. It did come back here to find support. There was a counter trend up before it fell back to find that strong support around 230. Moved up again, found resistance, come back to find a higher base at around $3 before APLD moved back up, trying to challenge this level of 1230 corresponding to the marker over here. Didn't quite make it, got sold off before, moved down, found short-term support. There was a counter trend back up. It tried again to break that 1225, got sold off, this time more heavily, and it's fallen into this trough, now its most recent trough in April, to find support at 331. So now it's having another go. It's moved up, and it has broken through 12.25 about 6 weeks ago. So it has moved through there, but it couldn't hold above that line. It was sold off, and now it's come back here to around $9 to find short-term support. So big question now is that $9 support going to hold over the medium term? And price is going to move up and take out not only this marker here and here, but also perhaps take out this most recent peak to prove that the buyers are in control. They want to take that price higher above this marker here and towards this next possible target of around $27. That's the big question. I think if price can take out this level here of around about 1470, that would be a bullish indicator that buyers want to go towards that $27. So if we get a weekly close above that peak, that's a good indicator to potentially take a position with the stock on the idea that it's going to move towards this target of $27 over the medium term. However, APLD has tried a few times to get through this level here of 12.35, 12.25. So it appears to be a level of resistance. So there is a risk that it might get rejected here or a bit higher up here and then start to move down, potentially finding support again at $9, or worst case scenario, it might fall further towards 590, and potentially it could come back towards the longer term trend line, maybe around sort of 460 to 450. That's also possible in a bearish scenario. So something to think about. So if you are bullish on Applied Digital over the medium to long term, there is an entry opportunity if price can break above this level here of around about 12.35. You could even wait for price to break above this peak here to really have strong confirmation. And if you placed your stop at that level there, so about a 20% stop loss, targeted either this marker up here, $27, that would be 75% upside, risk to reward of 3.71, or keep holding if it looks strong at that price level and target $35. That would be a risk to reward of 6.14. So a couple of options there for a medium to long-term trade with Applied Digital, which is looking bullish right now, and they are doing great things in the AI space. Now, one thing to note, Applied Digital will report in about 6 days' time. So it is a high risk time to be buying into the stock now, because if the news is positive, negative, or neutral, all depends how investors react to the earnings report. So you may want to wait until after reporting to take an entry with the stock. Up to you. It can go either way. You can be a hero if obviously the report's positive and it surges, but also if it's negative, it can fall away and trigger your stop loss immediately. So something to think about. Let me know what you think about Applied Digital. Are you bullish on this stock? It's looking good right now over the medium to long term. Keen to know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.